Man, well, working with Marshmello, that's got to be, you know, a real high point for you in terms of your journey and bringing that merengue into his environment. I mean, where did the idea come from, man? It sounds so good.
Bro, first, thanks too much to working with us, to agree to do a Latin rhythm, but all his flow, all the influences that you have and you have created. So the idea was to like, I feel it's like to try to do something fresh for his fans and for mine too, you know? I'm not a merengue singer, but we try to do something new, something fresh to the people. Yeah.
Marshmello, for you, what was it about wanting to move in this rhythm? You know, you move in all kinds of tempos, but this is unique space for you.
That day was our first day that me and Manuel met, and I was already kind of like in a good swing of things. I was down in Miami working all day, every day, just kind of getting accustomed to just learning, you know what I mean? Learning about so many different styles and and kind of like histories of style and how this style influences this and learning. And so when we met, we were all together, we were with some other friends, and I wanted a little bit of, like, we were just talking about, like, what could we add a little bit of a dance flair? What would work in like a dance flair, right? So then we talked about merengue, right? And so then we started building this beat, and we didn't even backtrack once the whole time. We just like kept going all the way till the song was done.
Yeah, I love that. And what's really cool about it for me as well is that it really is a collaboration in the truest sense. A lot of times I think when electronic dance music producers work with artists outside of their comfort zone, there's a heavier leaning towards the beat and the production side of things. Marshmello, I got to hand it to you. You know, you really played a really tasteful, subtle game here in this track.
If people don't know by now, like, I'm not the type to, if I'm working with an artist like Manuel, I'm not going to be like, hey man, just put your vocals on like a dance track. You know, it's like, how can we work together? I could bring me into your world and vice versa. When we were together, I kind of made it clear, like, I wanted to come into the Latin world. I'm not trying to bring them, you know what I mean, into mine. I'm trying to figure out a cohesive, perfect blend of me and you know, like Manuel.
Yeah, it's super respectful, and I think that's a term that doesn't get kicked around enough in collaboration, is the idea of mutual respect. And Manuel, for you as well, I mean, you know, fans will love hearing you on this merengue rhythm and with the added touch of Marshmello. So what did you learn about your own performance and your abilities by doing this song?
Bro, I feel like on what Mash was saying, like that's the idea of collaborate with someone. You know, you have your ideas, you have your way to see music, but when you like collaborate with someone, like it's like to mix both vision of two persons and to see what you can like create with those two together. You know, and for me, my man was amazing. I love to show like people where I'm come from, what I have like in my roots inside me. It's in my blood, you know? So for me, it's fire. It's cool. It's amazing.
And Manuel Turizo right now in London as well with that sick knit, bro. That knit is so nice, man. That's so sick. I'm having serious cardigan envy right now, bro.
He's always dressed so well every time I see him.
You have to get the swag. You have to get the swag every day. You don't know where you're going. So, man, you have to be prepared.
Hey, I want to talk about 2000, the concept, and what you're going with from a title forward point of view, Manuel. I mean, this song features on an album called 2000. Why?
Man, because like the 2000 like style, I was born in the 2000. Even my album, like, it's called 2000 that I'm gonna release like in the 17th of this month. So like all this concept of the music that has influenced me and created like my vision of the music. So I wanted to do like different type of music, different styles of music. One is like the merengue that we did together, and other like type of music that I have like been listening for like my whole life. You know, it's not only, I don't know, I feel like the people when they think about the Latin urban scene, like it's only the reggaeton, but there's not only reggaeton. You could do many more things. So that's something that I like in the music, like to try. If I already did something, I will not like repeat it like 100 times, you know? I'm not like that type of artist. I like to, okay, if we did good with this one, with this style, with this, okay, let's try something different. Let's see what new we could bring for the people to enjoy and like I feel it's the way you could sound fresh each time you release a song. Like the people don't know what you're gonna release. Every time it's like he could do whatever.
I mean, I'm used to that with Marshmello. I mean, we've seen you develop so many different strings to your bow over the course of your career. You know, you exploded onto the dance music scene, had what could only be described as pop level success, but you've also collaborated with all kinds of artists in different spaces. The mask remains the constant for the most part. And yet I feel like you could have produced this with Manuel in a way that didn't feel like it was necessarily mask forward. And so I wanted to ask you kind of what the relationship is like with you now within your creative space, being the mask, being the, you know, the caricature from an audience point of view that people want to go and experience an event with, a video. But then, dude, we all know that you're a writer, collaborator, and producer in your own right. Do you need the mask in that environment?
The mask is what kind of, I would say, like metaphorically and also kind of like literally ties everything that I do beyond, you know, let's say the mask or whatever. It's what brings it all home. You know what I mean? So I always find that it's exciting for me to say, oh, okay, well, I'm going to work with Manuel. I'm going to ask what is his style? What is he really excited on? And the challenge is, how do I bring it back? You know what I mean? How do I get my flair, my little mix in there, you know, I guess, of the mask, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny you say that though, because when I listen to this song, man, I hear the skill. And now I see the mask. And so it's such an interesting, you're playing with this, you're subverting it still in such an interesting way, because I'm so, in a weird way, and I mean this is the greatest compliment, Manuel will laugh, I've moved on from the mask.
Right.
Like I'm listening to what you're doing with people now, and I'm like, that's just quality production and co-writing and writing, you know?
The turn I kind of want to take is just, I'm going to produce whatever I want, you know, and I'm always going to figure out something. That my next goal is really focusing on how do I make this stand out as a Marshmello production, you know?
Yeah, well, you've done it without standing in front of it. That's the beautiful skill set here, man, as you've supported Manuel with that vision beautifully. Dude, you know, good luck with the release of the album, bro. I mean, it already sounds amazing. And Marshmello, before I let you go, what are you focusing on next, man, if I may be so bold?
I have an album coming.
Congrats.
That Manuel is on, and
the trade. The trade. I love it. That's
some of his peers as well. So just stay tuned, and you'll see something very soon.